Ooh, still the wrong doggone thing. I forgot to change it. That's my
It could
fault.
be worse.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, happy Wednesday. This is Beyond the Airways leveling up. And since it's Wednesday, it's time for Warzone Wednesday. That means we're gonna have stories that'll make you laugh, think, cry, get upset, vomit enough to fire off at least one Supernova Rant Rocket tonight. As I know, one of John's stories really does require a Supernova Rant Rocket. All right.
Yeah.
So, Anna, who? Let's go to the intros. I'm your host for tonight. I am Stream. I'm currently joined on the line by 4 of my crazy cohorts. Let's see. Janice for noisy in general. All right. Anyway, I'm your host for tonight. I'm Stream, and like I said, first we have our.
Be nice, Frodo. Be nice, Frodo, or I'm going to kick your butt in Among Us tomorrow night. I just read what you said.
Yeah. Anyway, we have our master and creator Frodo. Hello, Frodo.
Yeah.
And then over to my immediate left, we have our resident Joker, Mike. Hello, Mike.
Good evening, everyone. Happy Wednesday. I almost said Thursday when it's not Thursday.
That's not tomorrow.
Don't worry, this week's throwing us off. All right. Anyway, to my bottom left, we have our resident Ford Mustang, John. Hello, John.
Hey, Shirley.
And finally, to my bottom right, we have a resident quiet one, Janet. Hello, Janet.
Okay, I am going to change my name. Just hang in there.
Change my name. Change my name. And of course, as Mike said earlier, we were rocking the chat box. Rocking the chat box.
Rocking the cat box.
She's not quiet enough.
And rock the
and by the way,
chat box. Rock the chat box.
Rocking the Casbah.
Yep, exactly.
Right.
Let's see, and
there I am.
Yeah, Sandro is in the chat room.
Hey, Sandro.
What is he doing? Is it JB007?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, you should have been J. No, I'll tell you, it should have been JD007. Kidding. All right, but
back.
Okay. Oh dear.
You know what the 00 actually represents?
Yeah,
License to kill.
Yeah.
Double. Oh. Kidding. Yeah, he said you do not.
Anyway, let's start off with a story from our local area. So me and John will have to do some tagging here, but there's a good reason.
Okay.
This is a story that's been covered probably on national news. I don't know because I haven't watched the national news and I don't care to. But there was 4 people at Adventureland Park who were injured in a turnover of one of the raging river rafts.
I know what you're talking about.
One of them is dead.
Mm-hmm. I did hear about that.
Basically, for those of you who don't know, Adventureland is an amusement park in Des Moines, Iowa. One of its rides is called, well, Altoona. It used to be in Des Moines.
There you go.
Anyway, one of its rides is called the Raging River. Basically, participants are strapped into seats in a small raft, and the raft goes down a guided but otherwise chaotic path through rapids. What happened was, at the start of the ride, one of the rafts got stuck at the bottom of a chute that delivers the raft into the ride. It's actually a little conveyor belt. The ride operator sent down another raft after it. That raft hit the raft ahead of it, flipped over backwards, and sent people onto the conveyor belt and into the water. The person who died is an 11-year-old boy. One of the others is, I believe, a child himself, and is in a medically induced coma.
Also, continuing that, the kid who died and the one who's still in a medically induced coma are both citizens of the Cedar Rapids area. Both were our Linmar school district students, and the right now the Linmar school district is going through a bunch of counseling available for those kids.
I didn't realize that they were Linmar students.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I just put the
Mm.
link up to the story, and I saw this police radio channel reveals delay getting ambulance to the Adventureland victims.
Yep. Yeah, if you know how the park is set up, you can understand why there would have been a delay, but it's still not excusable.
Mm-mm.
The roadways leading to different parts of the park are not that wide. They're barely the size of, well, one of those stupid little smart cars.
Mm-hmm.
So a big ass ambulance is going to have a hard time getting in there. In fact, they had a park probably about 10 minutes away from it,
Yeah.
from the actual incident,
Mm-hmm.
to get there, and that's precious time that shouldn't have to be done.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've been in Adventureland on multiple occasions, and it's a nice park. It's a nice place to go and hang out, but it does need some updates. The park has been around since, I think, the late 80s, early 90s, and has been operated continuously since then. And I mean, this is 2021. There's a lot of stuff that shouldn't be. For example, one of the big rides at the park is a ride called the Tornado. It is a very, very, very tall uh, roller coaster. And the only restraint that you have in that ride is a bar about that big in diameter.
Not to mention the seatbelts they strap you into. Frodo, I've gone to Adventureland at least 4 different times in my life, and I've never had a problem with ride restraints or ricketiness. Granted, this was all more than a decade ago, but
The last time I went on the Tornado, John, which was actually my first time there with my class in 8th grade, they only had, like I said, about an inch wide piece of essentially electrical metallic tubing, basically conduit, going across our knees. And you gotta remember, that's not that much. And during the so it has a very tall upwards and a very steep and hard down. And during the downward path of that first hit, right, I was about that far off the seat. Like my ass was that far off the seat. Not even joking.
okay. I
Yeah,
don't know
same
what
here as well.
year you had gone there. I recall, for example, the Dragon, which may or may not still be in service.
It's not. It's gone.
Well, the Dragon had proper restraints.
The Dragon was great.
I thought the Tornado did too. Either way, I've gone on those rides a lot, and I'm still here. So I think, if anything, the accident with the Raging River was an aspect of minor park negligence. I don't know why the ride operator thought it was a good idea to send down the next raft, but they did. And fact of the matter is, Frodo, you okay?
Janet wants to say something.
Janet, I
What
think
is
you're
it?
still muted.
I'll let him finish.
What were
Finish
you
what you
going
were
to
saying,
say?
John. Well, you know what? The majority of those water slides and thrill rides they have, a lot of them are checked on a regular basis, but there are the majority of them that aren't. They don't check them on a regular basis.
I don't know, Janet. I'll find out more when it comes.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I'm dealing with my own memories of Adventureland. And while it is a fairly low budget theme park, it hasn't been dangerous to me yet.
Right. But
I
you
mean,
could have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rides on the tornado. Have nothing go wrong. And then that 10th one, something goes horribly wrong. You just
Yeah.
never know. You just
Well,
never know.
and like I
I
said,
understand.
and like I said, this was my personal experience, but the fact that I went about that far off the seat of the tornado and I could actually feel myself floating there, scared the shit out of me.
I mean, one of the
Temporary
reasons
build.
why I don't do roller coasters.
You never did the moonshot there, did you, Frodo?
I can't handle that one. I can't do it.
I have a feeling.
Huh?
Hi, Sarah.
And what did you think? Yeah, that's why.
Frodo, I don't know what year you were there. I was there between.
Kappa, hold on a
I
minute.
was there. I've been
There's
there
someone
from
named
between
Kappa in the
98
chat.
and ought to.
I was there for 97, I believe, 99, somewhere around that region.
Okay. It's possible the park may have decided that some safety features were superfluous and I didn't know about it. Maybe they didn't. I do know that the accident at the Raging River looks more like human negligence, ride operator negligence, than park negligence.
I agree with you. I agree with you. The problem comes down to, though, how do we deal with that? How do we deal with ride operator negligence?
I wonder
Train
how
them better,
long you've been working as a ride operator.
It doesn't matter. Train them better, maybe put in
Yeah,
certain safety features.
yeah, I agree.
Fire
If he
people if
was
need be.
a rookie, if he was a rookie ride operator, that could have had something to do with it.
That's the question we got to answer, because here's the thing. You got Adventureland is now not just one park like it used to be years and years and years ago. It's now actually two parks.
But one's a
You've
water
got-
park.
That would explain a lot.
You got the Adventureland Park proper, and then you've got the I can't remember what they called the water park aspect to it. Hold on. Let me actually look it up. I'll make sure to get the information here shortly, but go ahead and talk.
Yeah.
It's
Speaking
kind
of,
of like we have a water park in Mesa. It's called Golfland Sunsplash. Part of it is miniature golf. Part of it is a series of water slides. At least
Cool.
it was the last time I was there. They may have added a lot more.
well, I know
I haven't been
Montgomery.
living in Mesa for since 2003. So
Well, let's see. I know Montgomery's getting a whitewater park of its own, and the ground's already been broken. And it should be finished by 2023. But we're gonna have like kayaking, zip line, rock climbing. Like those little pegs and all.
the indoor rock climb.
Yeah,
Okay,
I hope indoor and outdoor possibly. So
I got the information.
Okay.
The park itself is just Adventureland. The water park aspect is Adventure Bay.
There you go.
Yeah.
They probably were called Adventure Bay before Paw Patrol came out.
Yeah.
That's the name of the doggone place where most of the Paw Patrol takes place, is Adventure Bay.
And you would know this how?
I watch
She
Paw Patrol.
probably watches it, dude.
Hey, I'll admit it. I watch Paw Patrol.
I was a fan of Blue's Clues when Steve was on
I'm-
it. He taught me
Yeah,
I'm
how
not
to
me
saying
juggle.
too.
there's anything wrong. I'm just giving her a little grief.
Yeah, but hey, I learned how to juggle from him.
Wow.
Oh, lovely. I found
What's up,
out.
Proto?
Looking this up, the Monsters, the new new roller coaster, the Storm Chaser, Sidewinder, Himalaya, Falling Star, which ugh, Tornado, which actually they look like the Tornado has had updates. Thank God, because when I was on it, the the cars were red. Now they're like a purple color. Then you got the Outlaw, which is like a
Wild West theme.
yeah, it's a wooden roller coaster. Got Space Shot, Tilt-A-Whirl, Sky Ride, which is just a way to get around.
Don't forget the silly silo. That was nice.
Can I
Yeah.
say something regarding these water slides? They should have a spotter to make sure that the one person is in the clear and then signal up to the ride controller that it's safe to send the next person down. If that could have been, I'm just saying, okay? If that would have
Janet-
been in place, maybe both big kids would still be okay. Go ahead.
Janet, most water parks can't wait for one person to get to the bottom of the slide before
No, I don't
sending
mean
down
get to
another.
the bottom. I mean get down far enough away from the top to where he won't get hit on the way down.
They have a spotter. The lifeguard is supposed to look to make sure.
Okay. I'll just keep.
I've been to
my
water
mouth
parks,
shut.
Janet. That's what they do. And they were doing that since I was a kid, I think.
Well, I'll just keep my mouth shut.
No, you're fine,
You're
but
fine.
you may
Danny.
want to put your hand down.
Oh,
And now I have some more books. Also notice that this is the second incident at that park. Second one was back in 2016.
But that was a worker that died.
Right,
No, the
but
worker died.
incident is an incident though. Regardless of who or what has happened, an incident is an incident. I'm just making that point known right now.
Oh, I understand 100%. You're right. An incident is an incident. It's just, I figured it would be worth actually making note of that it was an employee and not a
Right.
guest.
Right. I mean, yeah. The guest safety is number one priority. Yes. I'm just making note of the fact that there was 2 incidents total now as a result of something.
And it's on that same ride.
Hey, Frodo,
What?
I
Really?
like your remark back to me in chat box. I liked your remark back to me.
What?
I said, Chaos is a bigger pain in the ass than I am. Sajo said, I like the new look. And you said, thanks.
that was
it's still
that
work
was
in
him.
pro-
That was me.
It's still a work in progress, but we're getting there one step at a time.
Yeah, with this chat box and everything, because I made improvements. I figured out. You see, what happened was last night's chat box looked like it was so scrunched up.
Scrunched up.
So what I did was I did some work on it and tested it out. I was like, aha, because the standard is supposed to be, I think it's like 530 pixels by 900 pixels. So
I think the best improvement for a chat box is a lid. Otherwise, the chat doesn't always want to use it.
true.
I'm still experimenting with the chat box, you guys. So please
You're
disregard
fine.
my remarks and don't take them personal.
Don't worry, you're
Was-
fine.
I need to say this, Mike. You're right to point out what you did. Anyone who thinks that ride worker safety is not quite as important as guest safety at an amusement park needs to watch an old episode of Rescue 911 that took place at a carnival, incidentally, in Altoona, Pennsylvania.
Oh, the
Basically,
irony.
basically, a ride operator got dragged by a roller coaster such that he lost one of his legs.
I believe it. Yeah, I'd have to find that
Yes.
episode in Rescue
I'm
Number
not.
One because they've got a whole channel of it now on Pluto. So
I'm not going to disagree with you that ride operator safety is not is important because it is. But when you get hired into those places like Adventureland, okay, they do have certain. I wasn't gonna say training. I was gonna say uh, waivers that they have you sign to basically say if you or if you get a limb cut off or you get drug underwater or you get catapulted by the space shot into orbit, well,
you
you
can't
won't
hold the
sue
park
us.
responsible.
Yep, you can't hold the park responsible, but we're sorry if it happens.
In
I
other words,
understand, Frodo, and
to
the
quote
guy on
a,
Rescue 911 was acting kind of stupidly. What happened with him was he tried to pull a roller coaster chain from the front onto the rotating chain that would drag it through the rest of the ride.
Oops.
Yeah. Had he been smart, he would have pushed it on there.
But yeah, I'm not what you're saying, John, at all. I'm not belittling anything. I'm just bringing up the valid point that they usually do have them sign waivers.
yeah,
And
in
it's
other
not.
words,
Go ahead, Jan.
in other words, when they sign the waiver, it's like them saying, "We know the job is dangerous when we took it."
Yep.
Yes, that's exactly what the waiver says.
Yep. So
That's exactly what's up.
yeah, it's like I think when it's like I think any job really, like say construction work or something like that, you'd probably have to sign a waiver because like the job's gonna be dangerous.
I don't know. I've never applied to one. Should we move along? Hold on.
Uh,
Should we move along to the one I posted about the woman in Illinois?
Yeah,
All right.
Illinois or New York?
Illinois.
Oh, okay. Let me go find it. Hold on.
This woman was arrested during a police stop and actually forcibly stripped naked by male officers supervised by a female one.
That should have been the other way around.
Well,
Ouch,
Can
ouch.
I just say this right now?
yeah.
Who in their fucking right mind? I know that when a couple are engaged in fun, that kind of shit happens all the time. But this is someone who's being charged with a crime, and the minute that you're charged with a crime, as far as I remember, you are under the state's care.
Uh-huh.
Now, last I checked, a state official doing something like that is grounds for more than a lawsuit.
It's grounds for criminal action, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I will tell you this, Frodo. If you look at the article, there's basically complete consensus that she was in the right about this. Granted, I don't know exactly who wrote it. I haven't been able to find a whole lot more. The article claims at the end that a judge found her guilty of the charges she was given, which included, where was it?
I got it. It's aggravated battery, driving under the influence, resisting a peace officer, and improper lane usage.
The judge did find her guilty, and she's going to be sentenced mid-August. Well, she's still got grounds to try to bring criminal action against the officers who did this, Frodo, because this was acting improperly. She may even have grounds for appeal in light of this.
Okay, I gotta take a pause because I just noticed one key phrase that hasn't been mentioned in our show yet.
What's that?
Who is partially blind.
Ah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
She is blind in one eye, but apparently allowed to get a driver's license. So,
but here's the thing. That leaves her in an even more vulnerable state. Okay?
yeah.
I don't care. I don't care what anyone says. I understand that when you go into jail, you do lose some rights because, well, that's what it is. It's a deprivation of rights. But that doesn't fucking mean that you lose your right to be treated like a fucking human.
Frodo, I don't know
Sancho,
exactly
Sancho says that
why.
violates your 4th, 5th, and 14th Amendment rights. Sancho said it in the chat box.
Yeah.
I agree with him.
Well,
Because you're not supposed to be put through a strip unless there's a good reason. And when I say good reason, I mean like
drugs in the body cavities and stuff like that.
Drugs in the body cavities, Terry searches.
What's a Terry search?
Terry.
Okay.
Terry searches are like. Now, John, mute for a minute.
Hold on.
I'm going to apologize in advance because I'm going to chuck you under the bus for a minute, but you'll understand here in a minute. Let's say John was driving around in Cedar Rapids. He gets pulled over by a cop. They don't know if he has, say, a 45 on him, a 45 Magnum or whatever. Okay. They do a quick pat down of you, check your pockets, make sure there's nothing in them. That's essentially what a Terry search is. It's a Terry frisk is what it's called. And it's based on the Terry versus Ohio ruling from the Supreme Court that basically said that officers in the course of their duties are allowed within reason and when in the execution of their roles as law enforcement are allowed to search very minimally to find out if there's anything on the person that is dangerous. So hypothetically, let's say John had throwing stars on him and he got Terry frisks. They could take those stars, put them onto the police cruiser during their duration of the interaction. But after the interaction was done, if he didn't go directly to jail for something, they would have to give him those stars back. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, John, go ahead and unmute.
John, you there?
It's all right.
Okay.
But if at all possible, give a general definition first before you go straight for the example. I did find some further information on the woman. Let's see. The McDonough County Attorney's Office has launched an investigation, according to this article. It has not commented yet. I suspect these officers are going to be disciplined, hopefully fired, because this was a severe mistake at best. At worst, among other things, what basically happened to the woman whose name is Ariel Harrison was that two male officers forcibly stripped her while a female supervised. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea, but apparently they did. Any further thoughts, or should we move to the next one?
I hope she wins. I hope she
I do
gets the
too.
charges
Yeah, because that's just.
because that is wrong.
Let me ask you a question, Shirley.
Shoot.
Bang.
Guys, I'll be right back.
Okay. Let me ask you this seriously.
Okay.
Let's say your brother
hmm
were to arrest you,
Yeah.
and as part of his arrest process, while you're in the jail, he expected you to get into a strip search for him.
Well, I would say no. It's an interesting situation, but I would say if you want me to strip search, get a woman in here and you get out of here.
Mm-hmm. That's precisely what should have happened.
Mm-hmm.
There should have been no men present. It should have been just a woman.
It just blows my mind though that the woman officer with him, she was like, she had the taser pointed at the person they arrested.
Right.
It's like she was like, I'm helping him. I don't care.
I'm sorry for chucking you under the bus that way, but
No. You do have a point. It's every situation is gonna be different and it's so unique that.
yeah, it is. But in general, at least every time I've ever been in jail, the junk tank where you go to get held and processed, there's usually at least two women in the area. So that if a woman comes in under arrest, they can do a female search.
All right. Well, let's see. Frodo, didn't you want to bring up something about what was going on with Microsoft?
Yes, I did. And we kind of blew by it, but we need to bring it up. If you have any version of Windows 10, immediately update or disable your print spooler in services.msc. The way to do that is hold on to your Windows key for a second and tap the R button. Type in services.msc. Shirley, will you mind writing this down as I say it so that people can follow it?
Yeah. I'll see. I already type it here in the chat. Let's see.
Well, I'm talking in the Twitch.
Oh, that's what I mean in the Twitch chat.
Yeah, do it.
Now, where do I go?
Okay, Jan, hold down your Windows key for a second and tap the R button.
Okay. Oh, here it is, a run command.
Now you want to type in services.msc.
Okay, hold on.
I'm waiting.
Okay.
then once you got that MSC, after you got that in,
Come
hit
on.
enter.
Come on. It's not cooperating with me. Now what do I do when I hold down the Windows key?
Hold it and tap the R button.
Open. Okay, here it is. Open. What
Type
is
in
it?
services, SERVICES
VICES
dot MSC.
.msc. Now, hey, I use my printer a lot. This better not disable it.
For the time being, it will, but you need to do this and then update immediately.
Update what?
Windows.
Let me talk to her.
So update to the 11?
No.
Hold on.
There. Okay.
Janet, listen.
Ah,
What you do, you disable print spooler. Then you go to settings, click update and security, and check for updates.
okay, it says select device. Now, this is what I got. Local services. Now, where do I go down?
Scroll down to print spooler.
Look.
And after the update, you can revert.
Hold
this.
on, she's still getting there.
Print spooler. There it is.
Click on it to highlight it. Click stop the service.
Hold on, I'm having a print spooler. Stop the service.
Yes.
Okay, now what do I do?
Now go to the start menu.
Okay,
Signal when you've done it.
okay. Start menu,
Click on settings.
settings.
Click on update and security in the window that pops up.
Are you following along, Shirley?
Yeah.
Update and security. Hold
Now,
on. Hold on. Update and security.
all right. Now, when the thing comes up, click check for updates, assuming it doesn't check for them automatically.
It does automatically. It says updates available. Last check today at 6:28 a.m.
Check it again. Just go ahead and click check again.
Yeah, this update came out around 1 p.m.
Oh,
Give or
that
take.
explains it. Okay.
Now, what's the number of the update, Frodo?
Let me look it up really quick because I know
It should be
Okay,
like
it's
KB
not letting me-
500 4945,
me-
right?
exactly.
It's not letting me refresh the settings.
All right, just close out of that window and reopen it.
As John referenced, the update you want will say KB 5004945. That is the update to disable Print Nightmare.
Driver updates. Okay. That's not it.
Wait on this.
It's not allowing me to refresh the settings.
Janet,
What?
don't do it now. After the broadcast, share your screen and we'll direct you from there.
Or just let me take control.
I
Because I
saw
can take
driver
control and do it
updates
that
pending,
way.
but I'll wait. Because I'm screwing around, wasting time.
It's all right.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Let's move along to the last one that I shared. This was, guys, I wound up commenting in the comments for this post, or rather this news share.
Oh,
The
yes.
title is Woman Furious About Asian Man's Unleashed Dog Lures Pet into Traffic in NYC. I
Yep.
commented, At the risk of it sounding incredibly savage, I personally hoped the story would end with the woman getting hit by a bus.
And I read the story. It turns out she's been causing trouble. Looks like she's been causing trouble not just for this guy, but for several people.
Yeah, basically, what she did was confront this man in a xenophobic manner and get mad at him about the fact that his dog was not on a leash. Then, after he tells her off, she lures his dog into traffic and forces him to chase after it.
Mm-hmm.
Did the dog get hit?
No, not to my knowledge.
Mm-mm.
Honestly, I kind of wish she would have gotten hit.
I
As do
know.
I.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a street sweeper.
Sounds like she was acting like a horse's ass.
She was
Oh.
acting like a racist.
Yeah. Because here's what's going on. A video of a white woman threatening to call the police on an Asian man for walking an unleashed dog has gone viral on social media this week. What happened? The incident, which occurred in NYC, saw the woman lure the animal onto a busy highway to River Point while allegedly telling its owner to go back to his own country. The video starts with a woman already complaining about the unleashed dog. She appears to speak to another woman who stands up for the dog owner. Have you never heard of a leash in the city? The first woman asked. We'll wait for the police to clear it up. The man who was filming the encounter tries to get her to repeat what she allegedly told him earlier. Which country should I go back to? Karen says it. Say it. He says, cat got your tongue? The woman suddenly claps her hands and tries to lure the dog onto the street. She fails to do it the first time, but it succeeds in a later attempt, which forces the man to chase his pet. The bystander calls the woman out for her behavior. You're actually instigating a dog to go in the middle of a highway? What kind of problem do you have, lady? She asks. You insult someone of Asian descent. Why don't you go back to where you came from? Who are you? Leave people alone. The video ends with the woman ultimately spotting a New York Police Department patrol car. She approaches the vehicle, but it's unclear whether anything has been settled. Now, what people are saying. The video was first posted on Reddit and has drawn mixed reactions from users, but many seem to agree that the woman's actions were problematic. There is one way to tell someone to put a leash on their dog. This isn't it, one user commented. Another user wrote, seriously, people who don't obey leash laws are the worst. They have been 100% in the wrong here, but this lady had to one-up them by being an insufferable racist asshole. One user noted that they have seen her everywhere. A YouTube commenter appeared to support this claim, saying she is the same Karen harassing skateboarders a few times before. Now, New York City's Department of Sanitation requires dogs to be put on a leash in public or in any open or unfenced field abutting a public place. The leash must be under 6 feet, and violators must pay a fine between $200 and $400. Next Shark, where this story came from, has reached out to NYPD, which could not determine the exact time and location of the incident.
Sorry, did you get that from a follow-up article about it, or?
No, that was the link you put in.
Okay, hold on.
It might
So,
have updated between now and then.
I got a problem with
If
this
it's
woman.
the same woman I'm thinking of, there is a video I saw on Facebook. She grabbed the guy's skateboard and wouldn't give it back. I wonder if that's the same lady.
It could be.
I'm gonna watch the video real quick. Maybe we should show the audience.
No, not right now, dude.
Yeah. We had to instigate the fair use thing. But still, I read this entire thing. It's like, this lady still looks like she's been causing trouble, period.
Honestly, I'm gonna speak my mind here.
Okay.
John, can you? Yeah. Here's the thing, and I hate to be that guy, but we may need a nuke quick.
Okay. Supernova Rant Rocket?
Yeah.
Alright. Here we go. Take cover.
Yeah, we gotta find something better than that.
Yeah,
but we'll deal.
I'll work on that.
We'll deal with it later.
Mhm.
Anyway, here's my biggest issue. Okay, and I'm gonna call her what she is, a Karen. This fucking Karen thinks that she has reign over everything. Okay? Newsflash, bitch. Everyone who is in this country, except for the Native Americans, is descended from a fucking immigrant, you goddamn asshole.
Mhm.
So do me a favor before you fucking start talking about, oh, you need to get out of my country. Check your fucking self before you fucking wreck yourself, because every time you fucking speak about being a native born citizen, well, let's go back how many fucking generations and find out just how native you are, bitch.
I think I should point out that technically,
John, we lost you.
Native Americans did come into the Americas through the land bridge at Siberia. So go back far enough, they're immigrants as well.
True.
True. But even you gotta admit that the Native Americans were here before, like,
Actually, no. If you look back, oddly enough, Frodo, there are Ice Age era artifacts that were found in the southern United States that were actually European in origin. Apparently, during the Ice Age, Europeans were able to walk across frozen sections of the Atlantic to the Americas, and they actually predate the Asian incursion. I'm not making this up.
I know
We
you're
know.
not, but my point is still there.
Right, right. Fact is, given that this woman walked into traffic to lure a dog there, Frodo, I'm glad you're with me that you wish she had gotten that kind of comeuppance.
Honestly, to be blunt, I think being hit by a bus would have been too nice for her. I think that being hit by a street sweeper going at full speed would have been better, because then we wouldn't have to worry about uh trying to piece together the little pieces, because there would be way too many little chunks to piece together.
And speaking
So
of things, looks like Janet's got a dog issue. Which one is it, Cosmo or Princess?
Cosmo. Shut up, Cosmo.
but yeah, can you can you see that though, John? That happening?
Yeah. Unfortunately, she'd probably be able to get out of the way of a street sweeper, not so much a bus.
Yeah,
Of
true.
course, if a bus hit her and dragged her, there wouldn't be a whole lot of her left. I'm sorry, Shirley. I hope that it was an offense.
No. It's fine. It's fine.
I think
Because
in this
to
case,
be honest, I feel the same way.
I think in this case, everyone's on the same page, even Mike.
hmm
Mm,
Mike?
Let me ask you something, Mike. What would you do if someone tried to get Lulu drawn into traffic?
Oh, I would be very, very pissed. Yes. But would I wish for them to get run over or worse? No.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm a little bit disturbed when it comes to people doing stuff to animals, because in Cedar Rapids the last couple weeks, we've had a couple fucking idiots decide it's a good idea to play football with puppies.
Do you have the article on this?
I'll have to pull it up, but I can easily do that. Give me one moment.
Okay. If I were to find somebody throwing puppies like a football, I would be grabbing that puppy.
Janet, I don't think they're throwing them. I think they're punting them like footballs.
Kicking him.
Oh.
Kicking
You ever
him.
heard of frog baseball?
No.
Watch that. That's the premiere episode of Beavis and Butthead,
Okay.
and you'll see why.
But seriously, if I were to catch people doing that, it's like, do that again, you'll have double sets of black eyes when I'm done.
Make sure you can do that first, though, Shirley. There's no sense in you meeting the same fate.
Yeah.
Just
Or push comes to shove, call 911.
Shirley,
yeah.
if push comes to shove, make sure you have a medium range weapon.
Okay.
Okay, make that 3.
Is that a crime to kick a puppy like that? Yes, it is. It's animal cruelty.
Yep. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to transfer this to Chrome so that I can keep working with it. Okay, so here's one. I'm putting it in the Facebook chat, guys.
Okay. I'll go.
Boop, 1.
It's weird. I'm not getting I'm not getting the message on my desktop.
It takes a minute because it's coming from my phone.
Yeah, it takes a minute. I
No.
haven't gotten it yet either.
Well, I got it on my iPad. Let's see. All right, I may be able to do this.
Oh, and never mind. I
differently.
got the first one. That's weird.
Yeah, because some of the messages are not coming through. I might be able to do it this way. Let's see.
Now I
1.
got it on my phone.
Two. The sad thing is that I have to count these so I keep track of them mentally.
That's fine. That's understandable.
No, that's the sad thing, dude.
Oh,
Do you agree with me?
yes, I agree.
Okay. Which one do you want me to use? The first one or the second one?
They're both different ones.
Okay. Well, I hope I can get there because I'm having a bit of an issue here. Yes, it's not showing up on my desktop. It's easier for me to copy.
Just copy it through your iPad.
Okay. Or I can just type it in. It's not that bad. Mm.
I'll be right
There we
back.
go. And I found the third one.
Frack.
Like I said, the fact that I have to count them is ridiculous. There's the third one. And that third one, I should say, I know the person who committed the crime. Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got the first one. There we go. Now I can put this in the chat and such. Okay. One.
You know what this all makes me think of?
You need to unmute, John. There you
Guys,
go.
you know what this all makes me think of?
What?
A ghost story I read when I was a kid called What the Gravedigger Saw. I'll give you the gist of it. A gravedigger comes into a village having to dig a grave for a woman who was, among other things, cruel to animals in life. Well, sometime after doing the deed, He realizes he left something there, so he goes back during the night to get it. When he goes to the cemetery, this hearse roars into the cemetery next to the grave he just dug. Two figures in black robes come out of it and go into the ground. They come out after he hears a woman scream, and he discovers it's the woman that he buried, and the figures holding her are a pair of black cats.
Oh. And the cat came back the very next day.
But yeah, my biggest issue is the fact that this has happened 3 times in the past less than a week in this area. That's pitiful. What do you guys think?
I'm being attacked, is what I think.
I think it's disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm being dog
Agreed.
attacked.
Know that these
I
guys
know,
played
using
dog
innocent puppies as a
football.
football. You know what? They ought to take the whoever did that and punt them right where it counts.
Well, chances are if he goes to prison, that'll happen.
Yeah.
Because prisoners do not like people who mistreat animals or anyone who is defenseless.
Mm-hmm.
Quiet, Cosmo. What are you barking about? I may have to go early
Okay.
All right.
because my mom's already threatened to get rid of him because he barks too loud.
Oh boy.
I will bid you all later.
Okay.
Hey, Mandy, did you enjoy your turkey?
Yeah, you guys missed out on seeing what supper was tonight.
Okay,
See if you can get Maddie on your lap, Frodo.
it's okay. Ah,
Hey, Papa.
want to go out? You need to go potty, don't you? Well, I'm bidding you guys good night.
Good night,
Julie,
Jan.
I'll try to call you after the
Hey,
show's over.
Jan.
Okay.
Before you go,
What?
look
Right
up.
here. Hello, Maddie. Hi, kitty cat. Headphones off. Come on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you ever see me being a person that would abuse this bundle of love?
Nope. Believe me, I will never abuse a dog. Now, I will tell you, my brother has done some things where I feel like you do that again, you hurt the dog, I'll hurt you.
Well, for me, animals are a great source of relaxation.
Come on, princess.
And if you get the right animal,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah.
Hey, to end the evening on a lighter note, Frodo, tell them the news you got about your staff today. About the one who was a winner.
Oh, she's not mine, but Shirley,
Yes.
did you watch today's episode of Jeopardy?
No.
You should have.
Why?
A Cedarapidian has beaten the 7-day champion and is the new champ.
Nice.
And this woman is a member of the ARC program
Mm-hmm.
and they basically are the group of people who help people with disabilities in Cedar Rapids. Well, one of.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. So she won, what was it, $26,000 or something like that at the first place. So
Well, here's part of the problem. You see, Jeopardy before this past fall, it was airing at like 9:30 in the morning, so I would never been able to see it anyway. And now it's on at 4:30 in the afternoon, which is still a problem because I don't get out of work till 5:30, so I can't watch it regardless.
Damn.
But them's the breaks. Yeah, it's like, it's like I'd love to be able to watch Price is Right on time. But the good news is since I have Paramount Plus and go to CBS Live and listen to The Price is Right, but then again, I have the local station with Paramount Plus, so I could be able to listen to Jeopardy while I'm at work too. If it doesn't freeze up first. Which I know sometimes it does. But let's see, I gotta catch up with Loki. Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
in light of the fact that it's just the three of us now, you think we ought to call it a good episode?
Yeah, I think so.
Alrighty.
I think you're the good episode, John.
Well, thank you.
And like I said, right now, we've got this chat box going. This is great. It's still a work in progress though, because I noticed that when we're doing the when they were showing the articles, I noticed the chat was going into like John's face, and I was like, I'm gonna have to work on
It's
that.
not starting to stink, is it?
No. No. It's just that the chat box, part of the chat was going over you. It's like, oops, I'm gonna have to work on
I
that.
think you put too much litter in it this time.
Yeah, but like we see, the funny thing is, it looks like the standard for the chat box is like 550 pixels by 900 pixels. So just me, and like I said, I'm working on this. It's a whole work in progress. There'll be more things we're gonna add. So we'll just have to wait and
Always,
see.
always pick your chat boxes by what your chat can step into easily.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, well, Maddie loves his chat box.
You know what's funny? You know what the French word for cat is?
What?
Shot, spelled CHAT.
Hey, Shirley,
Yes.
you know what?
What?
I'm going to say this, and I don't want you to be offended.
Okay.
I could see you maybe sometime in the future being the crazy cat lady.
Well,
Excepting one problem, Frodo. She's allergic to cats.
yes, I have a problem
You
with cat dander.
you might actually be able to if you get breeds like the Blue Russian.
True. Yeah.
Because
I know there are those breeds that they don't put out a lot of dander. So.
I mean Sarah's minorly allergic to cats, and she can handle Maddie like it's nothing.
Yeah. Well, you see, one of the problems was I volunteered for a little while at the Humane Society. Of course, this was before the pandemic hit. Um, but I went in like the little kitten room, the kitten and cat room. And I was fine for about 20 minutes, but then it's like I started feeling my eyes puffing, starting to get itchy. Like I gotta get out of here quick. So
Yeah, like I said, Russian blues don't really put off a lot of dander.
that's true. Yeah, like I said, I did see that on the show Too Cute. So
And Maddie is cute. You can't deny that.
no, absolutely not. All right, so anyway, the rest of the week we're just gonna double up. Tomorrow and Friday, all Among Us. That's it. And I'm gonna be working with that guy to see if we can get him to do a tech talk with a game developer next week. So
Hey guys, do you know if Janet's going to be back after the broadcast?
I think she said she wanted to take off early because you did hear what she said, right?
Yeah.
All right, so I think that's a good way. I think that's a good way to end the episode for tonight. So give me just a second here. Get to the ending.
No, she's not that old.
I wasn't talking about her.
Oh, yeah. All right. So anyway, with that in mind, I'm gonna say love, peace, and chicken grease. Everybody have a great night. Sleep safe, and we'll see you tomorrow and Friday for Double Up on Among Us. Night, y'all.
Good night,
Kill
everybody.
y'all.